Plank was the co-host of the Man Enough podcast alongside Justin Baldoni. And then, as soon as Blake Lively filed her complaint, Liz Plank was out. Instantly said she quit, a show of support and solidarity with Blake after everything dropped. And people began looking into it. Particularly, there was this TikToker, Steph with the Deets, who had showed that perhaps the reason that motivated her to get on the side of Blake Lively without actually looking into anything, or at least speaking to her co-host and hearing his side of things, may have been what we have discovered since, a repeat sort of Ryan Reynolds psychopathic strategy of essentially love bombing. So Liz Plank was a perfect person for them to go after because first and foremost, if you don't know anything about her, I had never heard her name before this scandal. She's kind of branded herself as like the ultimate.
In a jaw-dropping twist, conservative firebrand Candace Owens has allegedly leaked a list of supposed victims linked to Hollywood star Blake Lively. The entertainment world is in chaos, scrambling to make sense of these shocking claims. Owens, never one to shy away from controversy, hinted that this list could expose buried truths from Lively's past. While the details remain murky, the mere suggestion has ignited a storm of speculation. What exactly has been uncovered? And more importantly, could this shake Lively's pristine Hollywood image? Adding fuel to the fire, an old 2009 Glamour magazine interview has resurfaced, bringing a fresh layer of drama. In it, Lively admitted that when she first learned Penn Badgley was cast in Gossip Girl, she wasn't happy so much, so that she even tried to turn the entire cast against him. With the past colliding with the present, one thing is certain: Hollywood is bracing for impact.
Glamour UK interview by Blake Lively. And in her interview, she admitted to trying to poison the cast of Gossip Girl, which is where she made her name, against her co-star Penn Badgley, who played her love interest, Dan Humphrey, on the show. She said, "At first I was so upset that they had hired him, I actually poisoned the whole cast against him." And she goes on to say, "But then they noticed that he wasn't a jerk and was actually a nice, charming person, and almost immediately I realized it too. But it took me about a week to admit it." And here's the thing. Reports were that Blake Lively and Leighton Meester, who played best friends on that show, were not friends during the 6-season run of the show. Leighton Meester and Penn Badgley and other Gossip Girl co-stars have remained silent in the wake of the Baldoni legal drama. Neither Meester nor Badgley follow Lively.
She bluntly admitted, "I actually poisoned the whole cast against him." But her opinion didn't last long. After seeing Penn Badgley's charm and authenticity, she quickly changed her tune. Interestingly, Gossip Girl * alum Taylor Momsen had a completely different perspective. She claimed to have no bad memories of Badgley, suggesting that the rumored tension may not have been as deep as Lively made it seem.
But I don't have any bad memories of you, so that's good.
Great.
That's what there you go. And we'll leave it at that. No, I always had fun filming our scenes together, especially in the beginning. We worked a lot.
Totally.
We worked a lot together.
Yeah, actually, but I'm almost like, by the end, we really didn't work together.
No.
At all.
No.
We were always doing crazy.
Storyline. I was off being a drug dealer and whatever else.
So, what's the real story? And does this sudden wave of resurfaced drama tie into Owens' bombshell revelation? Hollywood is holding its breath. Could it be that Blake Lively was shaping the narrative to fit her own version of events? While she admitted to turning the Gossip Girl cast against Penn Badgley, Taylor Momsen's contrasting experience suggests the tension may have been more about personal bias than any real issue with Penn himself. If Momsen had no problems with him, was Lively just stirring the pot? But that's just the tip of the iceberg. In a legal bombshell, crisis mitigation expert Jed Wallace has slapped Lively with a defamation lawsuit. He claims she falsely accused him of orchestrating an online smear campaign against her, an accusation he says has destroyed his reputation. Now, he's fighting back in court, adding yet another messy layer to Lively's growing legal troubles.
Adding another layer to the drama.
Lively's
openly
own legal
admitted that
filings
when she
contain an
first found out
explosive
Penn
claim.
Badgley was cast
She
in
alleges
Gossip
that a man
Girl,
entered
she
her
wasn't
room
happy.
while she was
So
breastfeeding
much so
without
that she tried
permission.
to turn the entire
However,
leaked list of
conflicting
supposed
reports
victims
suggest she
linked
may
to
have
Hollywood
actually
star
allowed him in.
Blake Lively.
Was this a
The entertainment
misunderstanding
world
in a
is in a
high-stress
frenzy,
situation,
scrambling to
or
make
is there
sense
more
of
to
these
the
shocking
story?
claims.
With lawsuits
Owens,
flying
never
and
one to shy
contradictory
away from
narratives
controversy.
emerging, one thing is certain: this saga is far from over. Fresh reports now suggest that Lively's alleged diva behavior on the set of a simple favor may have created a toxic work environment. Assistant director Barbara Seaman claimed she was so distressed by Lively's conduct that she felt forced to resign. With these accusations surfacing alongside her legal battles, serious questions are being raised about Lively's professional ethics and how she treats those around her. And it doesn't end there. Another shocking allegation has come to light, one dating back nearly 2 decades. A former intern, Jamie, recounted a disturbing experience from when she was just 20 years old. Assigned a simple task handing out water bottles on set, she says she never spoke to Lively and only walked past her in the green room. At the time, Lively was 17 and promoting sisterhood of the traveling pants . Yet Jamie claims Lively later accused her of acting like a fan and making her uncomfortable. That accusation led to Jamie being singled out and reprimanded, a terrifying moment for a young intern who feared the incident could end her career before it even began. With past and present controversies colliding, one question remains: is Blake Lively's carefully crafted Hollywood image beginning to crack?
Who she was. This was her first movie, and I was singled out as you treated her like a fan, and then I was dressed down afterwards, which could have been a career ender because when you're an intern, you're the most dispensable person on the.
This resurfaced controversy is gaining traction just as Lively finds herself locked in a high-stakes legal battle with her. It ends with Us co-star Justin Baldoni. With past allegations resurfacing and new legal troubles piling up, the pressure is mounting. Could this be the beginning of a major reckoning for Lively? Hollywood is watching closely.
Very young and inexperienced in the industry, and then you got a job as an intern?
Yeah, and I had turned 20 a week before, so I was young. And she was young, I believe, 17, and I always reserve the right to say people can change, to put that out there.
Yeah.
But I was pointed out and singled out as someone that treated her like a fan as someone who grew up on set and in this world, I knew you don't talk.
With serious allegations flying on both sides, the case has captured major media attention. The trial is set for March 2026, and with whispers of other high-profile figures potentially getting involved, this drama is far from over.
At that point, did you know who she was?
No. So I was an intern on a show that she was doing press for, and they were going to talk about Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. It was 3 of the 4 stars. I believe it was Alexis Bledel who wasn't there. And my job was to hand out water bottles to whoever needed it on set that day. And so I didn't talk to her. I had no interaction with her. I walked by her in the green room, and I went to set as I do. And then she was like, oh, that girl did I hang up?
No, you're there. Yeah.
That girl treated me like a fan. That girl made me uncomfortable.
Hollywood is watching closely as Blake Lively's once polished image beginning to crack. Just when it seemed the controversy couldn't get any bigger, more troubling claims about her past behavior are surfacing, raising even more questions about her off-screen reputation. A former production assistant who worked on a major film set in the early 2000s and 2010s has come forward with allegations that Lively had a pattern of belittling junior staff. The assistant, who has chosen to remain anonymous, claims Lively frequently dismissed crew members with sharp remarks, creating an atmosphere of unease on set.
Footage is coming out of Blake Lively admitting, hey, when I get involved with projects, they hire me as the actress, and sometimes I don't really tell them, but I actually want to come in and I want to rewrite it, and I want to be a producer, and I want to do all of these things. She's literally admitted all of this blatantly. This is just the first time that it's ended up.
How old is Blake Lively, by the way?
30s, I believe.
4. How much longer do you think Ryan Reynolds takes to run her?
Did any of you guys see Deadpool Wolverine at all? Yeah, sorry. Do you remember the scene where he's nice Paul and he's saying like, oh, she bounced back right after her pregnancy. It's okay, I can say that I'm a feminist. They're literally mocking.
She had this way of making people feel small, the source revealed. If she didn't like you, you knew it immediately. Adding fuel to the fire, another former colleague from a popular talk show recalled an instance where Lively allegedly refused to be interviewed by a junior reporter, demanding a senior journalist instead. She acted like the segment was beneath her, the insider spilled. It was a clear power move. Meanwhile, legal experts are speculating on how these resurfaced claims could impact Lively's upcoming courtroom battle. With multiple lawsuits, rising industry tensions, and a growing list of alleged incidents, could this be the beginning of a dramatic fall from grace? The clock is ticking, and Hollywood is watching. As Blake Lively's legal troubles and behind-the-scenes controversies pile up, former friends and colleagues are beginning to distance themselves, and some are even speaking out. Sources close to the actress say that once loyal members of her inner circle are reconsidering their allegiance, afraid of being caught in the crossfire of her mounting scandals. One former close friend, who previously defended Lively in public, is now staying silent. She's been calling in favors, an insider revealed, that people aren't picking up.
Blake is super important because it represents our collective awakening, specifically to celebrities that we should not be idolizing. And they hate them.
So do you feel free now to try everything? I mean, what is the next?
What does that mean?
Well, in terms of trying, I mean, do you? Well, yeah.
See the movie.
I did see the movie, but I mean,
We're gonna give you a pop quiz.
They don't want to be dragged into this mess. Even past co-stars who once praised her professionalism are reportedly avoiding any association. Adding to the chaos, a stylist who worked with Lively in the mid-2000s claims the actress was notoriously difficult behind the scenes, demanding last-minute outfit changes and forcing designers to redo entire wardrobes just to match her mood. She wanted control over everything, the stylist disclosed. It was exhausting. Now, with high-profile legal battles looming and former allies pulling away, Lively's future in Hollywood is looking more uncertain than ever. Could her once glowing reputation be completely unraveling? Insiders say this is just the beginning. As the scandals keep stacking up, Hollywood's elite are quietly backing away. Once a golden girl of the industry, Lively is now facing an uncomfortable reality. Major studios and executives are beginning to distance themselves, unwilling to be caught in the storm of controversy surrounding her.
Proof positive, or you know what, potentially proof positive, that there is a history of her doing this type of behavior, going out of her way to talk ish, put out rumors, say bad things, say negative things about other co-stars, either because she just is in her feelings about that person, not happy about that person being in the show, or because she feels, I don't know, maybe because she just wants to start drama for the sake of starting drama. I don't know what it is, but clearly we're seeing the embryo stage, like the embryo stasis, or the embryo stage, the beginnings, right, of this whole thing to what it has flowered or blossomed into.
Insiders claim that a big-budget film deal Lively was eyeing has suddenly stalled, with executives growing wary of attaching her name to the project. No one wants to take the risk, a source revealed. There's too much noise around her right now. Even brands that once flaunted their partnerships with Lively are reportedly re-evaluating their ties, with some quietly pulling back on promotional campaigns featuring the actress.